Pitch count got pretty high there in the first. What do you think was troubling you right off the bat today?
Balls.
Is there anything you feel like pitch execution-wise that you could have done to prevent that?
Yeah. Just didn't pitch to my strengths. I think the outings that I've struggled this year, like, I'm pitching more to the hitter weaknesses, which you see, like, I think that's when you see me waste pitches, honestly. And just, like, those are the games I'm not doing well. And the games that I'm doing well, I'm pitching my strengths and doing what, has kept me in this league and has given me success. So.
And when you look at the guys that you got out, you also had some really good pitches too. I mean, it almost seemed like there was a range in there.
Sure.
What was working for you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what did you lean on when you didn't like what was going on?
Right. I thought the slider was good.
Yeah.
It was more in zone. Just anytime you're feeling like you're mis-executing, like a tighter pitch, like a gyro is going to be a little bit easier to execute versus like the bigger breaking stuff. I thought my stuff was good. I thought like the velocity was good. I feel like I just like didn't set it up correctly, and like I wasted pitches because I wasn't, attacking the hitters with the strengths that I wanted. And then I think that just leads to like missed execution ultimately. But
Are you basically talking about fastball command here?
I mean, to a degree, yeah.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't perfect, but it's like I think you can still get through outings without having great fastball command. I think that's the gift of having 5 or 6 pitches to use. Is like, all right, when 1 or 2 isn't working, you have others to lean on. I just didn't do a great job of leaning on the other ones tonight that I felt like I should have.
Carmen, learning, this type of adapting to this type of role in the major leagues, it's got to be part of the learning process. What have you learned about, the challenge yourself during these 9 starts?
Yeah. I think what I'm learning is the importance of sticking to my strengths as a pitcher. I'm always willing to make an adjustment, and I'm always going to. I think that's probably one of the biggest parts of this game is you have to make an adjustment. And right now it's figuring out what do I need to do to have success. I think I can have good outings and I can have some poor ones, and right now it's what is separating those, what's going on. I think each outing can present a different thing of like, okay, well, this is one went wrong this is one went well this one. But I think there's some things that I need to start doing with executing my fastball to different zones, and continuing to execute my strengths is gonna help me. I think I believe I have the stuff to be able to do it. It's just figuring out how to utilize it better.
Talking about pitching to weaknesses, do you think that that's something you're doing from the beginning of your start, or do you start to struggle and then try to fall back on that?
Yeah, I think I think just with some mis-executed fastballs early in the innings, we kind of were leaning on more breaking stuff, and I think a lot of the guys in their lineup are good fastball hitters, so it's definitely like, hey, we can lean on breaking balls. But I think that just didn't set me up. Wasn't able to find, my own strength, which is driving good fastballs with velocity in different shapes. And I think once you start to lean on, a few pitches and they can eliminate some, in a sense, it just becomes a little bit harder for sure.
Is it tougher to get into that mentality against a top offensive team like the Phillies?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're not executing what you want, it's going to be harder against anybody regardless, and then a good offensive team is going to be